Hey, what's up guys? After so long, we're finally back. We're making another review. In this case, it's going to be 3 different jerseys, a home, away, and a third from Santos Laguna. Currently, I want to open up the, the home kit. This one was got off of the website called DHgate. A lot of people have been, aware of what they sell. Usually, most of it is fake, replicas and so forth. They actually do a really good job wherever they come from, Thai, China, I don't know, but they do a really good job to replicate the exact same thread and logos and tags and so much in these jerseys. And this one particular, Charlie, is an all-Mexican brand. We see the tag here, it's actually really clean. If I'm not wrong, the real ones have the actual crest for each team right below the actual Charlie logo. The crest we're looking at here is actually pretty crisp, 3D printed, and it's not metallic. I believe all 3 crests on all the jerseys that they've released for the home, third, and away are actually metallic. In this case, the printing inside, it says made in Mexico. Usually all the Thai jerseys say made in Thailand. Here there was like a little crease on the Charlie logo. You can see where the jersey was folded, but it's not that bad. This print back here looks like it's a 3D printed material, and it's more like plastic. We'll see the difference in the other one. This patch was the most interesting thing. They're the patches for the champions when they, when they're champs of previous tournament. It's 3D printed just like the original one is. It might be the real one, they just tag it there, I'm not sure. This one was actually pretty interesting, the authentic license tag. The authentic license product lines kind of bleed out, but it actually is reflective like the original. It reflects light from the actual, from wherever the light source is if it's under a shadow. The tagging here is a little bit different. Looks like they might have gotten this from like an original Charlie jersey from like one of the first generations. And it says charlie.com.mx, which is the Mexican, version of the website. Now it's not like that. We'll see some pictures of that compared in a minute. There's some details here of how it looks. The thread actually feels great. The fitting is actually not that bad. There were some jerseys that we got before that don't fit like an actual just soccer jersey. They're too tight sometimes. They don't fit right. This is the tag. This is a receipt, I'm sorry, of the original one that I bought from the actual stadium. It was about 1,199 pesos, which is about 65 American dollars. Here's the ticket where I bought it from. This was bought at the concessions outside in the actual stadium. This is the bag they throw it in. The guy didn't actually give me like the tag on it, so I wasn't able to compare that well, but the crest here is actually like more flexible. It bends a little bit more, and it's actually metallic. I believe all 3 are like that, as I mentioned. We're gonna get back to that in a minute. We're gonna look into every detail that we found in all 3 of these jerseys that we were able to get our hands on, and we're gonna start with the inside tag and the sizing tag in the jersey. Now they're going to be in order. The one in the middle is always going to be the real one. Starting here, looks like the one on home, the first one says M/M. That looks like that's how it was typed. The last one, the slash looks a little too long in comparison to the original. However, they all say made in Mexico, and the logo inside looks pretty spot on. We got the reflective tape on the outside of the jersey. The one on the bottom is probably the one most accurate to the jersey, but it's a little too dark to the original. The one on the top, it's actually bleeding on the authentic licensed product text. You can see a little bit there, but they all reflect. They all do really well to reflect the light wherever it's coming from. The inside tags have a lot of things that you can actually pinpoint. Again, the one in the middle is the real one. The text on the very far right is actually identical to what the one in the middle says, but it's a little too thick. The one on the far left, again, looks like it was just copied off of one of the original Charlie jerseys that came out back when it was only national. And then, well, the actual Charlie logos on the fake ones are too thin and too red. Now this is where we can see the biggest difference. This is on the back of the collar. The one on the top is like a plastic print, heat pressed into the jersey. The one in the middle feels like a rubbery texture, and the one on the very bottom is just completely effortless. It's crooked, it's a screen print, it's too thin. They're all supposed to be like the one in the middle, as I've been confirmed. All 3 jerseys have this screen print on the sleeves. It looks like the one on the bottom is a little too thick, slightly crooked, and the one on the top looks like it's a little too thin. When it comes to the quality on it, they feel very similar. However, it's almost certain that they'll actually wash off with every wash that you give them. That's typical on the Thai jerseys. Now, all these logos were actually really well done. There's slight differences in each one. The one in the middle, again, the real one. The one in the bottom is a little, thick. They're all really well attached to the jersey, and the one on top is the one that kind of got a crease line on the folding of the jersey. Now going back to the team crest, again, the one in the center is the one that is metallic. It actually folds really well. It's a little bit thinner, feels almost like rubber. The one on the left and the right is thick. It doesn't fold that well. It's plastic, and the paint finish on the far right seems to be of a little lesser quality. You can notice on the crown there. Now in terms of the fit, this actually feels great. There's some other Thai jerseys that I've been able to wear and they just do not feel comfortable. Some of the measurements are off. They don't feel like something should be there in terms of like the shoulders, the back, and so forth. Here, you know, as you can see for yourself, some of it is a little off on the lower back. However, the sleeves fit, you know, feel well. They're a little bit spaced in where the white is, you know, in the logo there, but it's actually really comfortable. Now the authentic jersey, on the sleeves you can see how it grips onto my arms a little bit better. Even after I drop my arms, they seem to be a little bit more round in terms of the sleeves. The front part of the stitching slims down all the way to the bottom. It's a little more sleek, a little more of an athletic feel, if you can say. The part on the bottom of the jersey is quite tight. It actually grabs onto your body very well. You know, again, no complaints on the official thing, on the real thing. Now the last jersey that we got is the third jersey. This is the one we got at the swap meet that we were able to bump into. This is actually a bit heavier in comparison to the first two. This is because it uses the same thread, the same material in the entire jersey. The other two use like two different ones to make the jerseys lighter. There's the logo on the Charlie front part of the chest in the jersey that is also applied in the sleeves. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but that's making the jersey a lot heavier too. I'll figure that out to see if that's how it's supposed to be. However, this is the heaviest jersey and the tag is really different. Now before the video ends, I would like to appreciate all of those that have been wondering about the account, all of those that have been curious of what's going on, you know, those that have left messages on the Instagram, those that have left comments, people locally that has asked me what's going on. Thank you for worrying. Everything's fine. You know, it's just really hard to handle a part-time job, school, and YouTube at the same time. I mean, it's not much of a big account, but it is a lot of time consumption when it comes to creating these things. So thank you. You can find us on Instagram, leave a comment, and make us part of your YouTube collection of YouTubers and stuff. When it comes to supporting the channel, you know, you can help us out by donating whatever you'd like to the Cash App username that I'll put on the screen and that I'll also put on the link channel below. With your donation and support, we can, you know, get more stuff and you can be part of this. Thanks.